Hey everybody, it's Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive here on Monday, October 10th. You guys were a third of the way through October. Is that not crazy? We've been having some really good weather here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and this area. Yesterday, I did a really sad thing, and I cut down all my pretty flower vines that were they were on their final end, right? But it's always sad cutting down and like cleaning up the yard and getting all the perennials, or I should say the annuals cleaned up. Sad, sad, sad. So that's what I did yesterday, but it was a beautiful day. Yesterday it was in the 60s, and so I'd rather do that kind of work on a beautiful, hotter day than a cold or blustery, windy, not good day. So, hi, Randy Schultz. So, I'm curious here. I'm not sure. So, the whole closed captioning thing is something that we're trying to figure out. So, Carissa reached out to me this morning, and she said that she didn't think, she did some research, and she didn't think you could get closed captioning on the videos. So, I was actually just in no captions available for this video. So I think what Carissa told me is she researched it, and you can't get closed captioning on live YouTube videos. The closed captioning comes in after. So I was just trying to see if I could get it, and I guess I can't. I thought that I was a little late because I figured out that once I set up my software to do a live, it actually shows as upcoming. And because it shows that upcoming, I went in and I set the settings to have the English captions and all that kind of stuff. Hi, Hildy, and happy beginning of the week to you too. And so I thought, well, maybe by me tweaking things on the front end, that it would fix it and help on the back end, and I guess it doesn't. So because I'm still not seeing the closed captions, even though I'm playing around with it as I'm watching to see if I can, because it says closed captions are not available for this video. So I think that goes true to what Carissa said, that you can't get them. I think Angela Knutson said that as well, that you can't get the closed captions on the live video. So sad face. What I think Carissa said is that it after the video finishes is when it triggers the captions to go. Hi, Jean Maxwell. All right, so yeah, we were talking about the beautiful weather we have here, you guys, and then the other thing popped in my head. So today's another beautiful day, and pretty soon we're not going to have these beautiful days, but it's very bright in here. I don't know if you can see the window back there, that the sun is shining here. My neighbor has this outstanding, unbelievable, glorious maple tree, and it's orange right now. Hi, Deanna Stell from West Michigan. So it's so pretty to look out my window right here, and I can see his awesome tree. I should say his and hers, my neighbors, Bonnie and Mark. So you guys, catch me live on YouTube. I'm going to do this right now for what class do we guys? We have Let's Just Stamp right now. Wow. It's crazy to think we're already halfway. We're almost, by the end of this week, you guys will be halfway through the month. So Let's Just Stamp card class. And we'll get this shared, and we'll be happy. I did upload the correct thumbnail, which is the cover photo. So I'm hoping that that is what people see. We've been learning, you guys, with this whole YouTube live. So if you don't have the correct thumbnail when you go live, that's what gets shared, and it just chooses a random picture, and I usually look like that. It's like my teeth are doing something funny, my face is crooked. And so I figured out if I took a minute beforehand and updated the cover photo, that it will share it as the cover photo. So I'm learning, you guys, little by little. We'll get this all figured out. The sad thing for me, though, is that the live chat. Hi, Judy Sharp from California. Hi, Annabelle Bink from upstate New York. Whoop, whoop. So the two things that I'm a little bit, so change is not always easy, you guys. I get that. And this transition, like, it's going to take a little bit for people to get used to. I noticed that I had a Fun Folds class on Thursday, the 6th, and I had, I think, about 77 watching, and I think normally I would have had 120, right? So that might be like the transition from going from Facebook Lives to YouTube Lives, but you know what? It'll take some time and it'll be back up there, and I'm not worried about it. I think that people will be able to watch the replays, and that's great too, which regards taking a road trip up to Necedah La Crosse area this weekend and looking forward to seeing the beautiful colors. Yes. So my neighbor was walking by while I was cleaning out the garden beds, right? The perennial beds. And he said that he took a drive with his wife to the Kettle Moraine area, and he said it must have been at its peak, and just glorious, beautiful trees right now. So guess I do not stay logged in, so no notification. You know what? So I wonder, you guys, that's another thing that came up. So this whole transition, we've got lots of things that are coming up. One of them is the comments, that I don't think that it saves the live comments. So I got to be on my A game and figure out, like, without having to go back and watch the entire video, to randomly pick people for the cards, right? So so that's one thing, is that the live comments, you guys, they don't stay. When I was looking at the comments, they were only comments from the replay. So that's interesting, right? So that's one thing. And then the closed captioning isn't available during the live. Hi, Karen Wetstein. And Angela Knutson was just saying about notifications. So we figured out last week, Tuesday, that the notification was about 4 minutes delayed. I don't even see them. Hi, Judy Immel. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hi, Susie Stocks. So I wonder, she's saying if you have to be logged in. So that would be another homework assignment for anybody that wants to help me figure out, do you only get the notifications if you're logged into your YouTube or Gmail account? Or do you get the notifications regardless? So I personally have not gotten any Facebook notifications from my own page, and I don't know if that's because it's my page. I do get notifications from other channels that I'm subscribed to, so I'm not sure about that one. Hi, Dawn Faye. I just found you on YouTube search and didn't have you on Facebook. Oh, I'm glad you caught me on YouTube. Yay. So yeah, it's a learning curve, you guys. And the good thing about it is that the replay is always there. So if you're watching live now with me and you can't stick around for the whole time, just know as soon as I hit the end button that this will be in my YouTube channel for forever, as long as YouTube is alive and kicking, right? As long as they're around, you can always catch the replay. I do share the link to my Facebook page. It doesn't always let me comment. So Judy, the comments is another thing. We think that you have to be logged into your YouTube channel in order for it to log the comments. So, or like show comments. Sometimes, yeah. So there's those 4 things, you guys. I just got the notification after, 8 minutes after. So there you go. We talked about this last week, that I would think that I was going to try to be live 5 minutes sooner. Well, at 5 minutes to 1, you guys, I was ready to hit the button, and it dawned on me that when I went to get my YouTube up on my phone, that it had upcoming video. And then I'm like, oh, well, maybe I should see if I can get that cover photo on there. And lo and behold, I could, and that's what's saved out there for when I share the video link. So when you guys share this link, hi, Mary Lemke, when you share this link, people will see the cover photo instead of a stupid picture of me doing something random with my face. And so I spent those few minutes before the live doing that, processing versus being early. And so what I'm going to try to do now that I know all this, about 10 minutes before I go live, I'm going to get it prepped, get it cued, get the cover photo done, get the tags on, get all that good stuff done, and then try to be live 5 minutes early, do a little talking with you guys beforehand like we're doing now, and then start closer to 1 or whenever my live starts. So I think, thanks for sharing, Randy Schultz. So I think that's again, you guys, this is a week going into it. So what we have for you today, though, you guys, is we have the Let's Just Stamp featuring the Apple Harvest stamp set. It's actually not a bundle anymore, but if you were a lucky duck last month, you could get the dies. They did sell, Stampin' Up! Did sell the dies as an add-on extra thing during the month of September. That promotion ended September 30th. It was called Perfect Partners, and they had 6 stamp sets that you could buy the dies for separately or as a bundle, and it was just during the month of September. So the set that Diane Bogenhagen and I picked for this month, October, was Apple Harvest, which happened to be one of the Perfect Partners, and then next month, Trimming the Tree, happened to be another one. So we did really good at picking those. So we, I don't remember if I didn't prep anything ahead. So you guys, so this Let's Just Stamp, Diane and I created this. It was actually the brainchild of my boyfriend, Tyler, maybe about a year and a half ago, sometime in the spring of 2021. Tyler said to me, you do a lot of hard cards. What about the beginners? I'm like, yeah, well, they learn. Trial by fire, right? You know, put them in the hot seat right away. And he's like, well, sometimes that can be overwhelming and intimidating for a beginner, right? And I said, you know what, you're right. He's like, you should do a beginner class. I'm like, well, I used to do a beginner class and it worked for a while and then I didn't have beginners anymore. And so I kind of, nobody was signing up for the beginner class. And he's like, you should start it up again. So, hi, Cindy Bassett. So that was probably the spring of last year. And I'm like, I just can't add one more class to the night. You guys, I do classes on Monday nights in person, Wednesday night in person, Thursday online, sometimes Friday. Saturdays, back-to-back double headers or like a fun folds, which takes a longer time. So it's like, I don't have another, free minute kind of during the evening to do a class. And this is while I was still working a full-time job. And so I partnered up with Diane Bogenhagen. And so we designed the cards together, and Diane teaches the in-person class, which she is doing on the 18th, which is next Tuesday. So if you're local and would like to take the class with Diane, you could come to the Hive here and she teaches the class. Hi, Donna Grushke. You're here. Yay, we haven't started yet, so you're good. And so I do the online version then. And because I was going to be doing the online version Sunday afternoon, you guys, I quit the job back in February-ish. And so now I've transitioned the live to be on a Monday at 1, which is in the middle of the day, which is fine. We've got how many people? We've got 28 people watching, which is awesome. And then the great thing about it is the replay lives on forever. And so this is how this class kind of blossomed. So it is called Let's Just Stamp, meaning let's just get our ink, paper, scissors out, stamps out, and no die cutting, no embossing, keep it simple, back to the basics. Now, that doesn't mean the cards are simple cards. We do love layers, we love embellishments, we love ribbon. We just don't use, our goal is to not use the die cutting machine as a die cutter or embosser because beginners don't necessarily have those tools. So we're trying to keep it simple by focusing on one stamp set. Mary Carl's got locked out of YouTube. I'm taking it you're not locked out now because you're writing a notification or you're writing a comment. So hopefully you're not locked out anymore. So we keep it to one stamp set, and basically there's usually not dies, but there can be, but we don't use the dies in this class. You can though, if you have this set at home, you're welcome to. Like, it doesn't mean that you guys can't do it. Use it if you have it. You can use it if you have it, is what I'm trying to say. But we don't do embossing, die cutting. We keep it simple. So basically a beginner could just get the stamp set if they wanted and the inks that we use in class, and they could make these cards the same way. And so Let's Just Stamp is geared towards beginners, but you guys, the cards are magnificent and they go for any level of stamper, from beginner to casual to avid. And so we're going to make 3 cards today using the Apple Harvest stamp set. I do have 4 sets of these class left. So in case you missed reserving a class spot, you can still reach out to me, and the class is free with a $45 order if you want the kits mailed to you. It's $30 if you're going to do porch pickup. And if you want to buy the class, it's $15 for porch pickup or $20 for mailing. It costs $5 to mail the kits out to you. So we have a great little class, you guys. So I offer all my Facebook Live classes. I should say YouTube Live classes, you guys. That's going to take a little bit to get into the brain. My YouTube Live classes are for everybody. You don't have to pay for the class to watch the live. I get that question often. Do I have to pay to watch? No, everything that I do via a live is free. It's if you want the card kit sent to you or picked up. Or attending in person too, it would be a cost, or free with an order depending on the type of class. So today, you guys, we have 24 people that paid for or got the card kits for free with an order. And so I'm going to do roll call in a little bit, but I made 28. So I prepped for 28. So there are 4 left. All you have to do is reach out to me via email. You can Facebook message me, you could text me, you could call me anytime, call me like Blondie, and I could help you out getting these card kits. So they're going to be fun. So we'll do a door prize at the end for somebody. There were, I believe, 9 people who placed orders to get the class for free. No, Donna, I do not believe that the dies will return. The only way that they will return is if they have a lot left over and they decide to put them on the clearance rack in the future. So they refresh the clearance rack about 3 times a year. Stampin' Up! Is what I'm talking about. Stampin' Up! Refreshes the clearance rack 3 times a year, about, right? It's more than 2, it's less than 4. It's somewhere between 2 and 4. And usually what they'll do is, so we're going to be hitting December soon. From my past experience, December's clearance rack refresh is from the spring mini catalog from January through June or previous. And so if they would put these apple harvest dies on the clearance rack, I would not expect to see it until the spring or summer of next year. That's a guess, right? Just from my experience of what they do. And they might not even, because they were a limited release die set. So they might not even put them on at all. So I'm not sure. My guess is that they wouldn't. And if they do, it would be on the clearance rack about a year out, 6 to 12 months out. So we're going to do a door prize at the end of the class. And that will be for one of the 9 people that placed an order to get the class for free. I also have the cards from the soft seedlings class from last week that I have drawn the winners. So by commenting in the video is how you get your name in for the drawing for one of the class. So I give away the cards that I make live with you guys. So I'll be doing that later. Just a little heads up what's coming up. Tomorrow I'm going to do a Tip Tuesday in conjunction with the swap cards that I got from the customer. So I always donate mine. So I have them here before I put them into the donation pile because as being the swap host, I get the one extra set of cards and then I donate them. And so I'll be doing a Tip Tuesday. I don't know when. You guys, my mom and I have 3 Stampin' Up! Related errands to run tomorrow. We're going to head up to Appleton and pick up some more Be Creative caddies. We're going to pick up some tags from Sarah Simon, and then we're going to pick up a special gift that is for my team, the top 15 on my team. There's Tyler came up with an idea to reward the top 15 on my team. And so we're going to pick up this item. It took about 12 weeks to have it produced. And so I got the email that it was done. And so we're going to head up to Nina and pick that up. So it'll be sometime later tomorrow afternoon, I would guess, for the Tip Tuesday. So you guys can stay tuned for that. It will be via live on YouTube, okay? Not Facebook. So just know that's going to be out there tomorrow. And then you guys, we've got class this week. The monthly class is this week. So Thursday at 6, there'll be another live with me making the monthly cards. I'll show them to you really quick. I still have about 9 of this set left, you guys. So in case you would like to get on board with making some Christmas cards, you don't need a lot of stamps per se. You need a sentiment on this one. This one, there's some red underneath there and a saying. This one is the mistletoe, but if you have something else that could work, that would be great. Otherwise, you wouldn't even need to put that on there, and you could have the green foliage from underneath be the focal point. So that's what's coming up with you guys on Thursday night. And Mom and I are going to be working this week. We're going to be kitting up basically the Sweetest Christmas, you guys. I'm planning for 96 on this one, and I have maybe 25 spots left, okay? So in case you guys don't need anything but sentiments, these candy canes are the DSP. So this is what Mom and I are kitting up on Thursday, along with the gnomes class, you guys. And for the gnomes, I have about 16 left in case anybody would like to get in on the gnomes. You only really need sentiments for this class as well. All of these focal images are actually the designer paper, which you get in your goodie bag. So that's what we're kitting up on Thursday. I'm mailing these 2 classes out Friday. So if you are on the fence about that, you better get off the fence is what I say. Those splinters start to hurt. And then the following week, we're going to be kitting up Stamp-A-Stack. So Stamp-A-Stack, you make 16 cards, 4 of each of the designs. Again, you just need sentiments and your designer paper, which you get in the goodie bag. So a little update on this. The candy cane Christmas paper is out of stock. And so fortunately, before it became out of stock, those who had signed up, I was able to get it ordered for those who had signed up. So as soon as you guys sign up, I'm able to get the product ordered for it. And so everybody who signed up for the Stamp-A-Stack before it went out of stock, I'll be set with. If anybody signs up for it now, you might not have it in time for class. I'd still take your registration, and as soon as it becomes available, it looks like October 24th, the week of that, like that week is when that paper is coming back. The sequins are the first week of November. So anybody who signs up for this class now, just know that you most likely wouldn't have the class package in time for the live, but you will be able to watch it you'd be able to have the replay, you still get the PDF tutorial, you just won't be able to make your cards until after the product becomes back in stock and I can get it to you. So just a note on that, so that's how I'm gonna work that. So I'm not gonna stop taking registrations, but you gotta have the understanding that you might not have it in time for class. If you're local to me and you'd like to get in on the card buffet this weekend, you guys, these are the cards. Oh, I forgot to turn my volume off. So these are the card buffet cards, you guys. This week, I'm going to do something special, I think, with these cards. I am going to have one of each of them kitted up for me to do a little, it's going to have to be a Facebook Live, and I'm going to do it private to my VIP group, Cards by Christine VIP group. An extra little perk, I'm going to show everybody live how to make the cards. I might do it like 2 lives with 3 cards each, or I might do them all separately. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to plan for that in the near future. Yay. So a little extra perk for being in the VIP group. And then just a reminder, the Wonderful World class, you guys. These are 8 of the 12 cards that I'm going to make 4 more yet. And that Wonderful World class, we're going to be kitting that up next week, I think, too. So lots of pretty florally cards, you guys. You'll get some paper. It's a product-based class again. And to show you before, as long as I got this in front of me, this is the Let's Just stamp for next month, featuring trimming the tree. So this one's adorable. I was showing this to somebody yesterday. It's like a little card on a card, and then it gets to feature the designer paper. So hi, Cindy Runtree. Are we going to get a PDF for that one? So Mary Carls, I don't know which one you were asking about. I always do a PDF tutorial if it's a live class, an online class, I should say. So meaning this class is an online class. I'm doing it via Facebook. You guys, I told you it's going to take me a little bit. YouTube Live. If I do not do it via a live class, so like card buffet and bingo. So I do a bingo and I do a card buffet. That I don't do them, they're only in person, that I don't have to, I'm not mailing out kits to anybody, then I do not do a PDF tutorial. So if I'm mailing out kits to people, then I always have a PDF tutorial. So all of those classes, there would be a PDF tutorial except for card buffet, because everybody comes in person on Saturday and they make the cards in person. And so I get to do like a private showing them how to do it, and they use my stamps and they go home with completed cards. Whereas when you get kits from me, you need help putting them together. Yeah, you could probably guess where things go, but that's where a written PDF tutorial comes in handy. So I hope that answers your question. So like Stamp a Stack, the monthly class, Let's Just Stamp, Fun Folds, the sweet classes, the Wonderful World, all those kind of classes where I always do a live, there'll always be a PDF tutorial. So good question though. Some people wonder. So, and you always get the PDF when you get the class from me with kits, then you guys get the PDF as part of the class. So you don't have to pay for it separately. Yay! But if I do have a PDF tutorial, it's always available for purchase in my online store later. So, oh, Mary Carls, that's right, because I haven't written it yet. I mean, I take that back. It's written. It hasn't been emailed. So you guys, people wonder when I mail my PDFs out or when you take the class. It all depends. The last 2 weeks of my life have been a blur because of how much stuff has been going on between the benefit and 3 team events recently and just stuff, right? Classes, back-to-back classes. And so I try to send out a PDF tutorial on Monday for a Thursday class. But like this class right now, you guys, I emailed it yesterday. I literally snuck into this hive at 11 in the morning. I left all the lights off and I pretended like I wasn't in here, right? Tyler, I promised Tyler I would not do anything stamping yesterday. And he was out splitting wood. And I snuck in here because I'm like, I cannot send the PDF tutorial to you guys the morning of. I did that once and I felt horrible for waiting till the day of. But when this class falls on a Monday, I have a hard time getting the tutorial written and out to you guys before Monday, right? Over the weekend. So thank goodness, Karen Wetsign, I got the PDF tutorial written by 8 p.m. on Saturday night. Karen proofread it yesterday morning. As soon as I saw it come in, I left all the lights on like in the house like I was working in there, and I snuck in here, left the lights off. I even tricked Tyler because he was looking for me. I could hear him walking around looking for me. The door was slightly ajar and he shut it, walked back the other way, back to the garage, and about 15 minutes later, he kind of came in here and he was like, she's not anywhere else in the house. She's got to be in here. And here I was working at the computer with the lights off. you guys, I snuck it in. I got that PDF out to you. So it was just funny. He thought that I was being sneaky, and I was. So anyways, then I had to stay off of the email yesterday, and we worked outside on the house. You didn't get it. So yeah, so Mary Carl's, the one for Thursday's class, I did not send it yet. I have to email it. I emailed the one for today's class yesterday. To Thursday's class, you guys, it's written. I haven't emailed it yet, okay? So I was working on prepping cardstock for my helpers today. Rhonda's doing a lot of embossing this week. And so this morning I wasn't out here working on stuff. So anyways, yeah, so Mary Carl's, I will email it this afternoon. So my thought is, or my general thought, you guys, is I try to send them out a few days in advance, but know that it doesn't always work that way. So the monthly class PDF will be emailed this afternoon. So yay. Okay, you guys, that's a lot of jibber jabber. So, all right, you guys, for those that are new to watching me, for regards to this Let's Just Stamp, in the description of this class, there is a link to a Facebook Live that I did in July of last year, 2021. Yes. Yeah, Ruth, I was talking to somebody in class the other day, and I told them I basically get up in the morning and I start working on stamping stuff, and I go to bed and all I've done is stamping stuff all day long. And people ask me if I'm working more hours or less hours, and I feel like I don't know. Oh, you didn't get today's Mary Carl's. Okay. I thought you were talking for Thursday's class, because it says in the comments for Thursday's class, I didn't get one for this class. So I was confused on what you were looking for. So, I'll have to double check. Check your spam box though, because I will tell you guys 9 times out of 10, if somebody asks me for the PDF and I ask them to look in their spam box, they find it there. And it's very rare that I actually have to resend a PDF because it's usually there. So Mary, check your check. But I will tell you, haste makes waste, and I was feverishly working at getting this out yesterday. So it's very possible I skipped over your name, and so I'll get it to you if you don't have it. So I'll double check the sent box and see if your name was in there. But I basically have Ruth, like the hours I work. So to me though, you guys, this never feels like work. This is very enjoyable. This is fun. My mom was sitting upstairs with me helping kit. You guys, I ended up kitting 8 extra for Fun Folds Friday afternoon, and my mom was helping me, and she was watching me cut paper, and she's like, you must love this to be able just to cut paper and enjoy it. And I'm like, I do. Hi, Linda Kester. Okay, so Mary Carl's, I think you meant that you did check your spam box, and so send me an email, Mary, or send me a text so that when we get done with the live, I see it in my inbox and I can reply to it with the PDF. So yeah, so you guys, it's all day, all stamping. Tyler calls it stamping, regardless of what it is doing, what I'm doing, or what is happening, it's stamping. Are you stamping again? Of course, dear, I'm always stamping. So, all right. So the Let's Just Stamp video is referenced. It's from the Blossoms in Bloom. If you guys want to check out that video, if you're new to me. Hi, Deb Norman, if you're new. And haven't seen anything, and if you're a new stamper generally, that video talks a lot. I did a whole hour on what is involved with stamping. What do you need? I used to do a presentation at the beginning of my beginner's class, and maybe people got bored with that, I don't know. But I talked about what are the things that you need with stamping, like ink and stamps and different cutting. And so that video goes into depth, and what I love about it is that video will always live on out there. It's in YouTube and it's also in Facebook, and you can watch that and then you get an idea of what it's like. And I love working with beginners because it's such an exciting time in the process of stamping is getting started. We do say it's not very inexpensive. I mean, it adds up fast because you need this to get started and you need this. And so it's great when I can pair up somebody in class who's a beginner to somebody who just started maybe 6 months prior, because they just went through the process and they can tell this person, well, you need a bone folder, you need some scissors, you need a pick tool, and like what are the basics that you need to get started. So I challenge you to go back and watch that video and see once if you can pick out some nuggets from that video. Okay, so we're going to be doing the Let's Just Stamp card class. We got 3 cards for you today. I'm going to flip the camera down and I'm going to show you the 3 cards. So you guys, you might recognize this one. This one, we love this template. The mystery card layout for August was this template right here. And it is the diagonal cut technique, I guess. You cut your DSP into triangles and split it. And we loved it so much that we actually, I'm going to pull the card here, for Stamp-A-Stack, we're going to be featuring it too. So super cool. And so this one uses 2 different patterns where this one uses the same pattern. And then last year too, we did it for the Stamp-A-Stack. So like this pattern, this one, you guys, if we find a pattern we like, we generally will use it a couple times. And on this one, we actually are doing the same pattern. We realized it back to back. So this pattern is on Thursday night. So it's really cool if you want to feature some designer series paper. And just a little sentiment here, we added it a little bit differently, and the ribbon is slightly different, but the general concept of the designer paper is the same. So that one is a cool layout. And then this one is our fun folds layout. Hi, Pat Duff, listen. All right, so this guy has a little arm here that opens up. And so that's a little bit of a different fun fold. So fun stuff. So you guys, we use the same ribbon on all of the cards. We use that natural finish ribbon. It has very frayy ends, and I'll show you that. We use the same embellishments. So when you guys open up your card kits, just know you'll have 9 of the rustic metallic dots. All 9 of them are in one of your card kits. And I believe, I don't remember which one I put it in. So somebody that's watching can open up their kits and tell us. It's either this one or this one. I don't think I put the gems in here. I did make your little bow for you as well, so that's done. We used the ribbon 3 different ways to show you 3 different ideas of how you could use the ribbon. And with this one, you guys, it is definitely using colored pencils so that you can color and get some experience using colored pencils. And so the colored pencils come in, oh, thanks, Linda. I'm glad you like the layouts. Colored pencils have an assortment 1 and an assortment 2. And so I pulled out like the greens and the reds and the yellows from this. And then you're going to need a blender pen for assisting with your color. And you're going to love to see how that tones it down and smooths it out really good. So those are those. These are the dies that, like Donna was asking if they're going to be available again. No, I don't think so, but there's always a possibility. Never say never, right? I just don't want anybody to get their hopes up and think that they could. This was a steal. Look how many dies. There's 25 dies in here, and I love that label right there. This branch is super cool with all these little flowers. They did a great job on this one with all the extra little leaves. So there's there's so many leaves, so that you don't have to, like, let's say you want 10 leaves, you only have to do 2 passes versus 10 passes because they put so many leaves in here and duplicated the flowers. Look at that scalloped edge. So kudos to anybody that reached out, or that got this die set, in the month of September. It was a great one. Just got the colored pencils. Can't wait to try them out. Yay! Okay, so you guys, I pulled out all the stamps. Every stamp basically got used on here. So they're all on blocks already. The colors of ink that we're using for this class are going to be the early espresso and the crumb cake, pretty much. And before we get started, you guys, we can't forget to do roll call. Almost forgot. I looked over and I saw the sheets here and I'm like, whew, you guys see who's with us right now. Again, if you're live with me now, say hey. And if you are watching the replay, also say hey. So we've got Julie Bierschbach, Karen Wetstein, Barbara Moynin, Vera Anderson, Annette Rollin, Laura Sullivan, Deanna Stell, Lori Baxter, Barb Barco, Mary Lemke, Elaine Rebeck, Lynn Beasley, Carolyn Ketchmark, Shirley Malarkey, Linda Rios, Tammy Steckling, Janie Parker, Sandy Wicklander, Miss Mary Carls, Donna Gruski, Angela Knutson, Sue Spiegner, Ruth Nicholson, and Donna Jarman. And again, you guys, there's 4 more spots left in case anybody else would like these card kits. What happens is at the end, if they are still available, when I go to update my next PDF schedule, I move this class to the back end of my schedule and it says past classes still available. So if you place an order and you're not liking anything that's coming up, you could always look through my past classes and potentially pick this one. So, all right, let's get this party started, you guys. Let's flip back down and grab our first kit. So when you get your card kits from me, everything is in there, including the ribbon and the embellishments. In this case, you guys, I'm going to call out. I did something like I normally do with this. Instead of cutting a small piece of paper for each of your focal images, I gave you each a 1/4 sheet of vanilla paper. It's 5.5 by 4.25, and you're going to use that sheet for each of your 3 focal images. And I included a picture in the PDF tutorial of how you can fit all 3 of them on there. And I might just find the picture really quick too. Hopefully I have it in my gallery yet. I'll show you what it looks like if I have it here. I do. Yay. So let me just show you guys. I'll flip this down. So you guys would have gotten, this is it, a 5.5 and a by 4.25, and you want to stamp your 3 things like this. That's how they will fit best on that piece of paper. It is enough to fit all 3 of them, but I know that for my kits, you guys, when I was working on my kits ahead, I just cut myself some scraps. So you're going to see me stamping on smaller pieces. This piece of paper got put in with one of the kits. It's in the front or the back of one of them. Just know that it is there, and that's how you should stamp it. Okay, so just a little bit of a heads up on that. All right, so let's get you back there. All right, so what you have in your kit, you guys, you're going to have a piece of that natural finish ribbon. It's enough to weave it back and forth here, so we're going to set that up there. You have a little scrap of, it's 3/8 by 3 inches. It looks like I've already stamped one. My scrap here is for my apple. And then you guys have 2 little mats here, a 2x2 and a 2 3/16 by 2 3/16, which is for your diamond. And you should have 3 pieces of designer paper that are 3.5 by 1.25 inch. And those are your 3 colors here. So these are part of the gingham cottage paper. So we use the gingham cottage designer paper on all 3 of these cards. This piece right here is 4 3/4 by 2 3/4, and that's going to be the background, which we will need to stamp. So I'm going to set all this stuff here. This piece right here is your Sahara sand background, and we thought it needed some texture. It's going to be really hard to see it in here, but you can see there's a little bit of something going on here. There's a little bit on the sides. Well, how do you do that without doing or using an embossing folder? So here's where this is up to you. If you guys are in the have the ability to emboss that with something and you want to, like the timber embossing folder, painted texture, you're at home and you don't want to do what I'm about to do, you can emboss it. So go for it. Now, if you're not in the market to be able to do that, then you might opt for this technique, and we call it the crumple up the paper technique. So we did a tip Tuesday on this, or technique Thursday on it, I can't remember, a while back. But so the paper starts out like this, and this is going to be really hard for you to do, but you really just take this paper and you crumple it up like this, and put it into a little ball, right? So we've done this for that woodland, that nature class that we did in July. We did it on all 3 cards, right? So there's your little crumple up, and what happens is when you open it back up, you need to use your bone folder to smooth it out. So I know Karen Wetstein says she doesn't like to do this technique. So Karen, I challenge you to use your embossing folder because it's really hard to crumple up paper. Now, if you really want to crumple it up more, you could take it and try to crumple it up different direction. And this looks really cool. It's like a faux leather look to it. If you take some soft suede ink or some crushed crumb cake, you could hover over and really draw attention to the crumply up lines. But yeah, so this is how we got texture on the back of this Sahara sand mat. Okay, then on your inside, you guys, when we do the Letcha stamp, we always double mat. Diane loves double matting, as do I know a few of you do. So when you have your inside, you're gonna have a Calypso coral and you have a very vanilla. So before you put this down, if you wanna die cut anything out of the middle of this piece, you could do it and use it for something else. Like if we would have used a stitched square here, we could have die cut it out of here versus cutting a whole little scrap. So just know that this is just a double mat from the inside. And then you guys will have an espresso base here, 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4, and it's a horizontal card. So we want to make sure we keep this horizontal. All right, so let's get our stamping done though, because we do have quite a few things here. Now these stamps are red rubber. Red rubber stamps have a foam mat to them, so we don't necessarily need to use like a piercing mat. And this one says, hope you are feeling better. And so let's grab that, and we're going to grab our apple, this little guy. In the PDF tutorial, guys, I called this the little X thing. It's like a background stamp to me, and it's like, it makes X's. And so we need an apple, and we need early espresso here. So, hi Stacy Burns. All right, so early espresso and an apple. And what do we have on the inside? Oh, I got an apple on the inside as well. So I've got my scrap here, and what we're gonna do is stamp the apple here. And then I also put the apple on the inside. You guys know what they say, apple a day keeps the doctor away. So you can put that apple on the inside. And then we've got hope you are feeling better. So if you want to, you could always grab a little scratch paper and stamp. I always kind of eyeball it to see how it looks. So I'm stamping it closer to the right hand side because I'm going to be cutting the left hand sides with the scissors. Oh, that actually looks good. Okay, so there's that. And then we have our little X thing, and that is in crumb cake. So the thing with this though is when you stamp it at first strength, it's really dark. So you're either going to do second or third strength, and you can practice, and you might do both, right? So there's a little second and third. Now if that's too dark for you, so if you look at, you can see that I generally didn't do that at second strength on my sample. So if you don't like it that dark and you want to retry it, you could definitely flip it over and do stamp off twice and then do it. Stamp off twice, go for it. Stamp off twice, and I'm just alternating so it doesn't look, looks random to me. That's what I'm trying to do. You could even flip it over. You're just creating a little background texture on that one. And then you're gonna do the same thing on this one. Now, wherever you see the designer series paper though, you don't have to worry about it. Don't waste your ink, right? So I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna catch those two. And then I wanna have, I'm gonna guess that there's some right there because that's where maybe the middle section will be. And I'm gonna do, and then maybe a little down there. Oh, you won't even see it down there. So you wouldn't have needed to do that, but maybe down there. So when you put the designer paper on, one will go here, one here, and one here. And that just created a little bit of background. And one more there. So I think that's it. Oh, Stacy Burns, you got your prize from the team meeting. Woohoo! That came quick. I think that got mailed out on Friday. You guys. Okay. So my mom says to me on Friday, don't forget, there's no mail on Monday. It's Columbus Day. Somebody else said that to me, Sherry Martin. Maybe you said it to me. There's no mail on Monday. And somebody else said it too. And I went out this morning to look in the mailbox. I'm like, because usually my mailman's there at 9:30, right? He's an early bird. And I went out to look for the mail at 10:30, and I'm like, oh, no mail. Must be a different mail person. It's the first thing I thought. I was like, there's got to be somebody else checking, delivering the mail. So I went out at 11:30 to check the mail again. And then it dawned on me, oh yeah, there's no mail today. So you guys, it finally dawned on me that there's no mail today. I'm like, I know I would remember when I would check it twice. That's usually how it goes for me. So just so you guys know, there's no mail today. All right, so we're gonna need our scissors. And to get that little bit of a diagonal slice, you guys, all I'm doing is taking my scissors and trimming the edge of it at an angle, just like that. That's it for that one. Now let's work on coloring our apple. You guys, I don't generally color my insides of my cards. I leave them. But this apple right here, so we've got Granny Apple Green and Old Olive for the two pencils. And then we've got Crushed Curry and Daffodil Delight. And so we knew that the Daffodil Delight was going to be too light and that the Crushed Curry was going to be too dark. And the same with these two. So what did we do? Oh, and you know what? We need early espresso because our stem is brown. So the stem is the easy part, you guys. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I checked mine after the live. I know, right, Deb? Oh, these things, it's so easy to forget. And then I thought, oh, good, Bill's got the day off today. So that's easy, is the early espresso for that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color my Granny Apple for this leaf. So they're colored pencils, you guys. If you're not a fan of colored pencils, you can use something else. You could use your blends. You could use your Stampin' Write markers. You could use whatever you want for coloring. But that is Granny Apple. And what we did is we actually went over the top of it with a little bit of the old olive. And so it's on here, and it makes it just a little bit darker. Okay, so it makes it just a little bit darker. And then where the magic is going to happen is when you take your blend, I always wipe it out first to make sure that there's not color, because I use this in class and sometimes people don't wipe it out. So I always test it first. But what you're going to do is you're just going to go over the top of this, and what it does is it smooths it out. So you can see this side, you don't see all those pencil marks like you do on that side. And so you just lightly, you don't want to do a lot because you will end up blending your ink a little bit. So you just need to do a little bit. When you're done, you just take your blend and you wipe out the color so that it's not in there. You know what? Going on the back is even better. So now that's out, we can do the brown. There was a little bit of brown. And then you can just wipe that out. And then what's left, we got to do is the yellow color. So we made ourselves a golden delicious here. So what we're going to do, I think, let's see what, so my crushed curry, that does look like brown. It looks like soft soy, but it is crushed curry. And I'm going to go lightly with the crushed curry all over the place. And then I'm going to do the same thing. And don't worry about all these little streaky pencil lines, because once we use that blender pen, it really smooths it out a lot. Hi, Laura Janice. Ooh, she loves the golden delicious apples. They are good. Does Stella do the same thing? You know what? That's a good question. We're going to test it on the back side of this. So right now, you guys, this is what I've got with the crushed curry. And then I'm going to go over the top of it with the Daffodil Delight. And so what I'm doing is blending two watercolor pencil colors together. All right, so that's what's going to make it more golden and a brighter yellow here all in one. So, and I don't really care about my pencil lines, right? And I'm going to show you the difference here, because you can see how like streaky that looks. So when you grab your blend, and I'm going to see if I can zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can see this, because this is where the magic happens with these blender pens. I'm just going to go over, you don't want to keep going over the same spot. You see, I'm kind of going quick and fast. It is like a solution in here, and the more you stay in one spot, you're going to get that pilling of your paper. And now I'm just going to go once over everything again. Look at that. Did you guys, and if you need to get up in the little corner, there's still some color on your blend, but or your blender pen. See that? It looks so much nicer when you actually can blend it out. Hey, Lori Baxter, shh, watching from home while you work. I won't tell anybody. You're multitasking, you guys. When you're watching a live and you're working, you're multitasking. That's what I call it. You're still getting your work done. All right, so we talked about trying this with a Stella pen. Use the side. So I was kind of, you guys saw I was holding the marker at an angle, so I was getting the marker up to here probably, right? So you're asking about using a Stella pen. So let's just put a little a little green there. So my Stella pen, whoa. Yep, you could try it with your Stella pen. It smooths it out, and it would make it very glittery too. So it smoothed it out, definitely. So let's just see here. I got green all up in here now. Let's just, you could do a little bit. I would hesitate on putting more liquid over the top of it. Hi, Gwen Prochashek, because the paper will start to get pilly. So hi, Donna Simmer. Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving today to you in Canada, Donna, and everybody that's watching in Canada. I was talking with Rose Coleman on Saturday, and she was telling me that they were celebrating on Sunday, and then they take today as a more leisure day. So, yep, you can definitely go over that and Stella it. That would probably give you the same process here. So hopefully that answers your question, Laura. All right, so now here's the deal, you guys. If you have the dies, which I do, but this is based, so I could use this die right here and it would cut that out on my die cutting machine. But I'll be honest with you, this is not all about the die cutting machine. This is about where you might not have it. So this is what we call fussy cutting. And you guys get to see me do this because I actually do not have a magic of TV done. I just realized no magic for the TV today. So you guys get to see me fussy cut. And what's nice about this is there's not a lot of intricacies. It's just gonna go around the edge and that would be it. So we call this fussy cutting because that's what it is. It's fussy work, right? So I always start off really good and then by the end I get too close and then I have it off kilter. But this one I actually did pretty nicely. So, all right. So just use a nice little scissors and cut that out. So now we can work on assembly. Let's get some room here. So our inside gets glued. And what else can get glued? This guy can get glued. So you have to be very, oh gosh, you guys, I forgot to take that out. So this gets glued and then this. Now with this, you guys, you really have to put a lot of glue on here because otherwise it's going to be very bumpily. So let's put a little bit of glue here on this one and prep that. And then for this one, I'm actually going to put a bunch of glue. Don't go too close to the edge because it'll ooze out on you. So I'll put him there. Oh. So you guys, I am so sorry. I forgot to turn my volume off on my phone. So you're going to hear Mario going. You're going to hear different things. If you want to color your apple on your inside, you definitely can. And then let's flip this guy. So this one. When you crumple that up, the paper actually slightly shrinks, I think, because it takes on this whole new dimension. And you're going to want to grab your bone folder and help smooth that out so that the adhesive will, like the glue actually bonds to the brown piece. Otherwise, it's going to be bumpily. So, and you can see here, I actually had a little bit too much glue hanging out there, so we're going to get rid of that. But smooth that out, put that on here. So that's your card front. And now this guy gets glue, and then this gets glue. So let's do that. And then that can go down. So this one goes on the inside. So again, this is our double mat. So you can see it just adds to it. Makes the card sturdier and stronger too. Just a little bit more beefy of a card. And then this one can go here. And, all right. So let's talk about this piece now because our 3 little strips are gonna go on here. And we did it so that the coral was to the left so that it wasn't competing with the background here, the lighter one in the middle. So how would you glue this on? I would flip these off and put a little bit of glue just in the middle area here because there's going to be a part hanging off the edge and you don't want that glue hitting. So we're going to put this, and you guys, because I'm using liquid glue, I'm just going to set these on here. And now I've got some time that I can play with them to get them exactly where I want them. You got wiggle room. So you can move them. You've got maybe 10 seconds or so to get them where you want them. And on these, I did a little bit thinner in the middle and then more vanilla on the outside. So that's what you can do, or you can leave it so that they're more even. We're gonna bring this one in. Oh, do you have room yet? Can I bring it? If you don't like it where it is, you can still bring it up. The sound of the paper ripping though really is like nails on a chalkboard, isn't it? All right, so I want him there. Okay, so that's where I got that, like that. All right, see, they're still moving. You can still move them ever so slightly. All right, so that's good. Now, I popped this up with dimensionals. Oh, let's use the side here. You guys, don't be afraid to use these sides up. They work just as good as the middle part. So these are going to be popped up. And that looks good to me. And then this is going to go right down onto our card base. And I think that's all of them. So this will go right onto here. Kind of centered top to bottom, left to right. And then for this guy, this is where the ribbon is. So I'm going to grab my tear and tape, and we're going to prep the back of it and have a piece waiting in the wings. So on this side right here, I put that tear and tape, pick off the waxy paper, and I've got the tail coming out down here, something like that. And then I've got another loop coming, and then something like this, okay? And then I use this extra piece of tear and tape. We can just look at this. Oh yeah, that looks good. I use the extra piece of tear and tape to help me secure that right there. I'm gonna leave that on here though, because I'm gonna use dimensionals then to put the rest of this on. If you take the tear and tape back off, then it'll wanna stick there, and I really want it to be flat there. And I noticed that I'm going to put one more little sliver of tear and tape just to make sure that this little guy stays right like that. And then this goes, so the peaks are right in the center of that open spot. And then like that. The apple then, your choice. If you want to pop it up, you can, or if you want to leave it flat, you can. I'm going to glue it flat though, and pop up the leaf, I think. So let's just put a little dimensional right up there. And then this apple goes right in the center. And then you have your little strip here. Now this is popped up already. And so I'm gonna put liquid glue on this side, and then we're just gonna use a little dimensional. And we're gonna put it there, and I'm gonna put one right about there, because that'll help support that. And then we're gonna put liquid glue on the right-hand side. All right, so little glue there. And that's gonna go right about here. Okay, for the ribbon, I am gonna trim it. Right now mine's straight. My mom cuts all the ribbon, you guys. She likes to cut it straight. So you're gonna wanna angle it if you want it angled. So we're just gonna trim that. And then with this ribbon, it does fray very easily. So if you want to help it fray, you could just pull a little bit down with your pick tool, and that will help to fray it if you like that look. If you don't like that look, then don't, but know that it might do that eventually. So I'm gonna trim it just a hair more. And I did notice that when I did this card, the only thing I noticed different is my tail is on the top here, and here my tail is underneath. That's one thing I did notice that's a little different, but they look good regardless. Like, it doesn't matter which way you end up going with that. So, all right, so in one of the kits, you'll have 9 of your rustic metallic dots, and you're gonna want to put them on the card. I'm gonna wait because I don't have them over here. I'll wait till I'm done with the 3rd card, and then I'll go get them, and then I'll put them on each card. So for now though, I think this is what we got. So, yay. That one's pretty. So we got our golden delicious. You can see a little difference in our apples, you guys. I went a little bit darker on this one and a little lighter on that one. So either way, they look good, because not all apples look the same, right? So there you go, you guys. We got one done in the books. So we'll set this off to the side and move him over yonder here. And we'll work on our red one next. So this is the next kit you guys we're gonna work on. So this guy, such a cute card. I'm glad you like it, Cindy. Yay. All right, so this guy, we got a little homework for you to do. I didn't cut all your designer paper for you like I had done in a previous class. I know whenever I did this the last time, I think I cut it for you guys. Well, this time I didn't cut it for you. In your kit, you're gonna have this piece right here, which is your mat for the top. You're gonna have a little piece of ribbon here, and look at that, I have 2 mats in here. I couldn't find that, so I went upstairs and I cut an extra one, dang it. Oh well. So you guys, this is what your mats look like. You have 2 real reds, 1 vanilla, and 1 designer paper. And your designer paper looks like this. So we're gonna go through how to cut it. You should have a piece of linen thread and a little piece of the natural finish ribbon for you in your kit. And then we've got the espresso base. So you guys, espresso was a common denominator for all of these cards. Espresso was the base for all of it. You should also have your piece of 5.5 by 4.25 for your vanilla, and you're gonna need to grab that for your stamping. But first we're gonna cut this part here. Okay, so how do you cut this? So this is actually 5 by 3 3/4, and what you're gonna do is in the track where your cutting is, you're going to put one of the peaks here, and then the other needs to go on where the track is down here. And once you look up, look down, look up. So left, right, when you're at a stop sign. So once you get the top done, look at the bottom, and then go back and make sure your top is good. And the trick with this is to start your blade below the peak here, or the point, because if you start it above, it's gonna wanna catch it and it's gonna wanna squish it down. So start somewhere just below it, and you're gonna go up slightly, and then now you can bring it back down, and it's not gonna get cut or caught at that point. And then you're gonna come down, but don't go all the way. Stop a little bit shy, because that's gonna help hold it together when you turn it this way. You're gonna find your point up here, find your point down here, and then go back up and make sure your top didn't move. And now you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna start, so now you don't have to hold this together over here, all right? So go up and go down. And now what happens is these two are great. This one, all you need to do is take your scissors and just snip it the rest of the way. Kind of just go straight with it. So these are your, now keep these in order, you guys. So that's important. So we're gonna just set these down here. And as long as we can, we're just gonna glue them right away. So what I'm gonna do is flip these two over, and this, and this, and I'm gonna do these two obtuse triangles, maybe, if I remember correctly. All right, so then this is gonna go near the top. I'm centering it left to right, and it's about a 1/16 inch margin. And then this one's gonna go near the bottom, about a 1/16 inch. And then we'll glue these and get those on. Hopefully there's enough room. Again, it's about a 1/16 that you're gonna end up with all the way around this one. Like so. Okay, just like downtown, my mom would say. Just like downtown. Okay, so then now we can do a little glue. Well, let's keep gluing. So these two could get glued in. No reason why we can't do those. So this can go on the top, and then this will go on the inside right away, and then we'll get to our stamping. So this one goes on the top. You could pop it up if you wanted to. And then this one goes on the inside, and we'll add the vanilla then to it. All right, now let's get some stamping done. So what's on the inside? Oh, we're gonna do that one. Okay, so that stamp is right here, and all those apples, I need apple pie. Oh my gosh, Cindy, an apple pie would be phenomenal right now. Oh my goodness, you're right. Oh, yum, yum, yum. So I have a little piece here. So let's grab one of these guys. And this is also stamped in espresso. So we're gonna do this guy. I have it hanging from the top left-hand side because it's like on a branch coming off the tree up here. Let's see how much of it I put on. Okay, so I got it up higher like this. You still got plenty of room to write lots of love notes there. And then you guys, on your little 1/2 inch sheet of paper, like I can't find a scrap smaller, so I'm just gonna stamp it on this one because apparently I didn't give myself a scrap, but you should have room to stamp that. And we're just gonna take this off and work with this. And then the crumb cake for our little X's, again on this one. And so grab that little X stamp, and remember we talked about it. It's probably going to be second or third, depending on your ink pad. And so I'm going to do, whoa, that's not the right one. I need this one. So, let's do our sentiment first. Hi, Penny Powell. Found you need some craft therapy, even if it's just to watch. I'm so happy you're here, Penny. You definitely need some craft therapy. I got it. So this one is the greatest gift is a good friend. So we're going to do this. I'm going to practice. So that we're going to do that at the bottom. Just barely fits, you guys. Oh, yeah. Okay, if you don't like the way you stamp it, flip it over and do it on the other side. Can I give you the contract that day? All right, and then now we're back to our third strength here. And then one up here. I'm going to flip it upside down and do one like that. And then we're going to flip it back and do one like that. Random, you guys. Do it random. And then here we'll go like that. Even at third strength, these are pretty dark. And then, you know what? I'm going to do one, 2, 3. I'm doing it at fourth strength and kind of go over my sentiment ever so little bit. So just got that going on. I don't think I put any on the inside of these little X's. Nope. All right, so that's it for our X's. X's and O's. All right, now let's do our little bit of coloring. Well, let's glue this. Let's get glue happy, you guys. Sometimes it's okay to get glue happy right away. Well, this one can get glued. Now again, if you want to color your inside, you're more than welcome to. I generally don't take the time to color my insides, but it would really complete it and seal the deal. And so this one will go on our inside. Just like that. And then this one, I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals. Now, because it's a dark brown, I'm actually going to pull out the black dimensionals here that will hide them. We're going to do 5 of them, it looks like. And then that just goes onto our card front. So, how to line this up? I'm trying to put each of these pointy corners in the track here. So once you get it, just kind of eyeball it to make sure that they're all about in the same spot. So here and then up there. So that's ready. Now let's do some coloring. We have the easy one, is the espresso for the branch. And I'm gonna put this under here. The other thing I did notice that if you do use your piercing mat underneath here, like if you use this mat for coloring, it makes it smoother, where sometimes my table upstairs or this is not quite solid. It's not, so like little grooves in it. You'll pick up those little grooves. But if you use a piercing mat underneath, you will have a very smooth coloring experience. All right, so then we're gonna pick Old Olive. The lighter that you color, the lighter your image will be. And then if you add more color to it, it'll definitely be darker. So we're going to do this one up here in the Old Olive. I don't think I'm going to pull in any of the Granny Apple to brighten it up. I'm just going to leave it. And then we've got Cherry Cobbler. And that's going to be for the skin of our red delicious apple here. And there is none over there. And then just a little bit here. So you guys, you definitely want to have a sharpener handy. If you need to sharpen any of your colored pencils, it does make a difference. So this is that, and then this whole apple area is going to get colored with Cherry Cobbler. And I'm going to go dark with it. I'm putting more pressure. Let's see if I can make this big and then remember to put it back. So I'm going to put more pressure. So that's going to put more of the colored pencil. So I'm thinking of Judy Immel while I do this. Judy Immel loves colored pencils. So she's going to love doing this. And then that's darker. Now for the flowers, I did them lighter. So very softly, if you go on them, it'll make them pink, like a pinker color once you blend them. And then I went really lightly with this one as well. All right, and then grab your blend, and you're going to start with a color. I guess start with maybe the brown and smooth that out. Okay, make sure you wipe it out. And now you can do the green. It's like magic. I love it. Okay, so you got your green. Wipe it out. Now you can do your little bit of pink here. It does brighten it a little bit, but it's softer. So if you miss coloring an area with the colored pencil, you still have that color in the tip, so you can go in and find that area. Now it's the same color, so I'm just going to catch the red now. And then watch this apple, so cool. I love watching this. How that just transitions from not very cool looking to just awesome. All right. It fills in any area that you're missing when you hit. Look at that. Isn't that not cool? All right. Gotta be careful if you have little baby area here. Okay. So wipe that marker out. Judy Emily, yes, she does love to color. I know this about Judy. So whenever I have a class where we're doing blends, Judy will always bring her own colored pencils, and she will definitely color pencil instead. Okay, so again, you guys, if you have the dies, there is a die here, right here. And what's awesome about the die is it actually cuts out this, what does it do here? There, it cuts out this middle area. But if you don't have the dies, you're not going to be able to cut that out. Oh, whenever Sharon likes this card design. Yeah, I love it. It's so, it adds character to the front. Like, you guys, you could really have left, if you want to leave this panel as a solid panel, you definitely could. It's there. If you want to do the diagonal cut, though, you always have that option. So by me not cutting, did two things, I think. It made it easier on me to not have to cut everybody, so that's one thing. Two is it gave you option so that you can decide to leave it whole, or you could do the diagonal slice, whichever you wanted. So two things. It was, and I did a poll a while back on, like, do I do more things for you guys or do less? And that was one that I thought was an easy thing where I could do a little bit less, save me 15, 20 minutes of cutting time, and teach you guys to how to do it, so that if you want it, then you got to do it yourself. So, and I think that everybody will enjoy the ability to do it, have that decision what they want to do. So I'm just cutting around my apples, you guys. There's no magic of TV that's going to help me out here. See, I got close there. It's okay, you guys. Every card is going to be different. All right, so there's our apple. And that last one, I always get it at an angle. All right, so there's that. This is popped up with dimensionals, so I'm going to grab these guys. And we're going to put some of those all the way around. And one more right there. All right, got to run. All right, Donna Simmer, we'll catch you later in the replay. And then this goes near the top, like that, like it's coming off of there. And then you guys have your ribbon. So what I would recommend, if you don't have a buddy, if you have a buddy next to you that can help you hold it, you know, great. And if you don't, you could always use your reverse tweezers here to help hold. And then what we're going to do is take the linen thread, and we're going to just tie. I think you guys got about 4 inches of linen thread, 5 inches of linen thread, and then 4 inches for the ribbon. So we're just going to take that, and we're just going to knot it right at the top like that. And I only have 3.5 inches, you guys, but my mom says be happy that I have nimble little fingers that I can do these things. So that's where if you have somebody at home that can help hold it and then you can tie it, that always makes it so it's a little more enjoyable of a process. Wish we could wear long sleeves here. Oh, it's 91 degrees in Sacramento. Yeah, you guys, my fingers are freezing. I'm like little popsicles right now. My fingers. Tyler teases me. He says he's dating a popsicle. So yeah, it's about 60s here, I'm guessing. And I wear long sleeves then. So I'm going to put my little glue dot right at the top here and stick my ribbon in there. But I'm not going to rely only on that one little glue dot. Hi, Marsha Long. I'm going to put one more glue dot underneath right there, and that'll help hold it as well. So now you can take your ribbon scissors, you can trim off the little extra linen thread that you have, and you can take this and cut it at an angle as well. If you want to, you could try to get that top one a hair shorter so that you can see the bottom. If you want to fray them slightly, you can do that too. But just a little way to add ribbon without it being a bulkier bow. Like the next one has a bow on it and it's a little bit bulkier. But Stella-ing, we talked about Stella-ing, that you could definitely come over here and add a little bit of Stella to your apples. It'll help blend it a little better. So you can definitely add that. You could do your little flowers. And then you could even do your leaves. Just be careful because that might actually help the, not help, but make the espresso bleed a little bit. So, all right, we talked about embellishments. There's 3 of them. I'm gonna grab mine right at the end and do all 3 cards at the same time. Boom, you guys, we got a second one done. Woohoo, these are nice. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, so the last card is the green and brown one. Oh, Cindy loves this one too, yay. All right, so this one is the last apple stamp. So what we love when we choose these stamps, so when we choose a stamp set for this class, we always find something that has focal images and sentiments mixed together. So that's why we go for, like this one was a perfect one for us because it has the 3 different focal images. So this last one uses the last focal image. And your espresso base is a quarter sheet. And the quarter sheet is just the 5.5 by 4.25. And then you have a garden green that's 4 by 5.25. You guys will have some dimensionals, designer paper that's 3 13/16 times 1.5, I think. There's 2 of them. Yep, 1.5. There are 2, 1 for each side. You'll have a bow that's already made for you. So in the kits, you guys, your bow is done. I will show you how to make the bow though. I just got a new stockpile of bow makers in, so we're locked and loaded and ready to go on bow makers in case anybody's needing. I have some ready to mail out to somebody that just got 6 of them, and so now I've got more, which is awesome. Your arm is 3 3/16 times 8.5, scored at 4.25. So it's just basically, you know, an 8.5 scored in the middle at 4.25. So that'll go there. And then you have 2 browns, 2 espressos, I should say, and 2 vanillas. One's for the inside and one's for the outside. So we can take and set these aside. You guys will also need to stamp your focal image on that piece of paper that I gave you, that it was the half sheet of paper. So let's get glue happy because we can glue all of this together. Why not, right? All right, so let's think about this. So we're gonna glue these, we're gonna glue these, and we're gonna glue this. All in one fell swoop, I promise you guys. This is all gonna be okay. So I'm gonna do glue, glue. You know, as long as I got this glue bottle open, I'm gonna take advantage of one fall swoop here. Okay, watch this. So this goes on to our garden green mat. Our early espresso mat. And then we have a designer paper goes on the left. A designer paper goes on the right. So that's the same now. This arm, I called it an arm in the PDF. Oh, I got that hair. Get out of here. I had a hair stuck to it. All right. And then this, I've got a little bit more to the left than to the right. Okay. And then we've got this one can go on the top. And this is because we have no ribbon that needs to be secured underneath. The ribbon is actually a bow on the top. And then this one, Cindy would get confused putting all the glue on these pieces. Yeah, I can see that. So you guys, take it one step at a time so you don't get confused. But honestly, that was all gluing, and I worked from the bottom basically to the top. And so all we have to do now is do our stamping and put that on the card front. I felt like that went really fast. All right, so let's grab another scrap here, and we're going to do, so let's see what the inside looks like. Oh, we got a little flower, yay, okay. And then we added some of those little X's there. So let's do our X's first, X's and O's. So remember, third strength. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I just realized there's a sentiment, so maybe I should have done my sentiment. Hang on. You guys, I like to generally do sentiments first in case they don't turn out good. You can flip it over and stamp on the other side. But let's just see how we did here. So we're just going to stamp this. And see, to me, that's crooked. So we're going to, it's slightly crooked. Not too crooked, but just slightly. So I want to see which way I was. It's going up on there. So I'm going to bring it down a hair. Just a hair. See, perfect to me now. All right, you guys. So like, if you don't like the way something is, that one was going up a hair, you can flip it over and do the other side. So I would recommend doing the sentiment first and then doing your little X's, because then now I don't have to redo the X's, because the X's are going to work no matter what. So there's one. We're going to do one there. We're going to flip it this way and get one there. There. And the apple takes up a lot of the space over here, so I'm not worried, but I might put one there. And then on the inside's got one up at the top, one hanging out over here, and then one over here. And then we're going to do that little flower on the inside, like that. And that's the inside. As long as we got this, we did the flower slightly different here. We just put a little bit of red right in the middle for that. We colored it just so you guys could see how to color this little flower. All right, so now our apple. The apple, you guys will need to use that that quarter sheet of paper. Again, for some reason I did not cut myself a little scrap. Whoa, hang on. Has that ever happened to you? Oh, inky dinky do time. Hang on. Gotta get it off right away, otherwise it'll go right to where you don't want it. So what I was trying to do was pick this up and go upside down with it. So, so there's that. And we're gonna stamp this right in here. So you guys will have your scrap paper. All right, very nice. And then let's cut that off. And we're gonna color now. So, thing with the coloring is you can get some, there's a lot of coloring with the leaves, you guys. You can get some definition by coloring harder on the vein area and then lighter everywhere else. So you can get some two-toneness. Oh man, this is gonna be a little bit of coloring, you guys. So this one's so small, I'm not gonna worry about it, just going for it. But on these bigger ones, what I'm doing is drawing on the actual line, and then I'm gonna go really light over the rest of it. So you're gonna get some definition. We're gonna do the same thing on this one. And I think what I'm gonna do, you guys, this one is pretty flat. I'm gonna go get my pencil sharpener. I'm gonna show you how to sharpen these things. Okay, so one moment, please. I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, so this is my Mary Kay pencil sharpener. It's 20 years old. It's been in my toolbox for 21 years. Since 2001 I got this. So I used to do Mary Kay, you guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my paper here, because all you really have to do to sharpen these, you guys, it's just like sharpening a number 2 pencil that you had to do in school. Push in, and then all of a sudden you're gonna start to get a nice little point on there again. I would definitely highly recommend doing it over the garbage, but I just don't want to put the garbage right here. But so that, yeah, eventually you'll get that and it will be sharp again. So any pencil sharpener will do the trick. So now though, I'll be able to press a little bit firmer right in the middle, and it'll be a little thinner. And so I'm going to do that general concept with all my bigger leaves. And just draw right on the lines. And that guy will do and then I'll go back and color them lightly. So the thing is, when you're all done, you're gonna figure out which leaf you forgot to do, because that's normally what happens. So you think you got it done, and then you go back and you're like, which one did I miss? So I got my dark leaves drawn, and now what I'm gonna do is lightly go over. And then when we blend these out, it won't be so streaky. Like right now, you can see it looks very liney. And so we're just gonna go with that. And this guy will do a little bit too. All right, and softly over the top. Softly. And then we're gonna have to color our brown branches. And what we made these Red Delicious again. This one is so cool. So this one takes a little bit more time. There's a lot more detail in this one, but it looks so sharp when you got it all done. All right, so a little green here. There's a leaf back in here. I feel like that's a leaf as well, curled up. That one's a leaf. There's one hiding back here. Finish off that one. Look at it, make sure you didn't miss any. And then for the brown, you can definitely use this. The espresso, and then a little over there. Okay, now to make our Red Delicious. You guys saw? I went and got my rustic metallic dots too. So these, you can do the same thing. On this area where it's shaded, you could definitely do them press a little harder, and then you could go lighter in the middle area. You guys, this piercing mat makes it really smooth. If you don't use the piercing mat underneath, it's not, you see more of the lines. All right, so this dark area again, I'm gonna do that a little bit heavier. And over here, a little heavier. And let's see what this looks like when all done. All right, so a little darker on the side here. This one's gonna be your labor intensive card, you guys. You're gonna work for this one. All right. And don't worry about all the streakies of your pencil marks here. It's like if you see this one close up here, you're gonna be like, that's not pretty. Like this. Okay, so this is what we got. You guys, that's not the most attractive thing right now. So watch the magic happen though. So we're gonna do brown first. So you're gonna, I wish I could do a before and after picture with this, you guys. So brown first. And then we're gonna do the green. And I'm just going over the whole area. I hope you guys are seeing this magic happen. This is so cool. Just smooths it out. And now don't keep going over the same area. And you want to leave some of that darkness in the middle area, so I'm not blending it very much. And then we're just going around here. If you miss coloring some areas, you can take your pencil, your blender pen, and get into those areas now. And it's when the apples are done that it's really going to make a difference here. So don't forget these little guys in the middle. And that one. Oh, we're almost there. But you can already start to see that this is really softening up a lot just because of that blender pen. We're gonna get in there a little bit. All right, so that came together. You guys can see, oh, let's get that guy just a little bit more. So you can see the green really smoothed out. Now watch the red. Isn't that cool? Like, look at that apple versus the other ones. Isn't that cool? Like, it just totally smooths it out. I don't use watercolor pencils a lot, but this was the perfect stamp to do that. I mean, you can definitely use your blends if you want, but these colors just make them look real edible. Like, this, it looks like skin. You see how, like, I did bad coloring with the colored pencil, but now when you use this blender pen, it really smooths that out. You don't see any of your streaky pencil marks. Okay? Now, if you really wanted to, makes the magic happen. It sure does. If you wanted to, you can see like this one's a little darker and that one's a little lighter. At this point, you could go back and you could put more color over the top of this. Like if you want to see them darker, don't hesitate. Put a little more color and then just take your blender and really smoothly even it out. Put like before and after. You guys, I wish I could take like a screenshot of like before and after. Make sure to wipe out your blender pen. And then this guy over here, what we could have done him. So we're just gonna pull that color out from the middle and color that little flower, a little blossom. What pen are you using? It's called a blender pen. It says blender pen. You get them 3 to a pack for like $12, I believe. They're in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, so you can always add that to your order. Sad face is that I have no magic of TV here for you guys, but if you did score yourself these dies, that die right here is the one that cuts out. So you could always do that. But you'll see it doesn't take very long to fussy cut this. Now, if you don't have this apple set, let's say you got these, thanks Hildy, if you got these, this kit from me and you don't have Apple Harvest, you got a sheet of paper that was 5.5 by 4.25, and just between the 3 cards, you need to find something else to put as a focal image. It could be anything. It could be flowers, it could be naturey leaves. The green and the red are very versatile, and the yellow and the coral. Like you could put any other focal image on there. You could put animals. So the sky's the limit, like with these designs, that you could use almost anything. So don't feel like you have to have this apple set if you get this card class from me. You could use it, you could use anything. So you got like a nice little palette to work with here. So, but if you do like the apples are in the mini catalog. They're still for sale. And just again, the dies aren't though. So you could still get the stamp set if you wanted to make your cards exactly like these are. So you guys see what I'm doing. I'm just going around the edge. I like to leave a little border. I know some people don't. Some people cut right on the espresso line or the outer line. I like to leave that little bit of edge. It's about maybe a 1/16 of an inch to not quite an 1/8 of an inch, 3/16. No, what would it be? Yeah, something like a 1/16 of an inch. Just a little bit here. All right, there we go. So we got our focal image cut out then. You're squeaky clean. Good, Donna. So fresh and so nice. It's always good to be squeaky clean. So, all right, let's get this stuff glued down now that we have this stamped. Yeah, I definitely agree about that. The blender pens, they are super cool that you guys, those blender pens have been around since I started using Stampin' Up! Products in 2001. I remember I had the same blend that I used for probably 15 years. Like they last for a long time. Well, it's all, based off of use, right? If you use it every day, it might not last for that long, but this guy goes right in the middle here. So again, we got our double mat for you guys. And then this is gonna get some dimensionals. We're gonna just pop these around the edges of this. And we're gonna put one more right there. And then I think what I'll do is I'm gonna put a little bit of liquid glue right underneath the top of the branch to glue that flat. Let's get these guys put away. Right in there. Okay, and then a little liquid glue right here. Oh man, come on. Just a little bit. I was not squeezing very hard. I didn't want it to ooze out on me. And then this one's coming off the top of the edge here. Like it's coming off the page. And then the bow, you guys. So, again, I just got more bow makers in. All of you for in class, you get them in your kit. I made up your bow. And so for those that don't know how to do it, what I do is I take the ribbon, I make it cross in the back here like an X. One goes up and over and then back under, and then I just tie a knot. And my bow makers are 8 now. I got a source He's been helping me for the last year. So they're 8 now. And they used to be 7. They used to be 5. You guys, everything's going up for prices. That's how it goes, right? And then there's shipping if you need them shipped. If you're getting a card class from me, I can always add them in. They're not much extra for shipping then. But they make the most adorable, cute little bows very easily. And you can use your glue dots then to put your bow on. So that's going to go right there. And depending on how your tails go, mine are going a little bit wonky. I like to show them who's boss. So I put another one right there. And then I get that to come down. That one looks okay to me, but you never know where it's going to end up. So I am going to put a little glue dot right there. And now that'll stay. Hi, Sherry Stewart. And then grab your ribbon scissors one more time. We're going to grab that and cut at an angle. We'll cut this one. So this natural finish ribbon was perfect. It looks like cheesecloth kind of, which goes really well with these apples and the fruit, I think. So there's that. And last but certainly not least, we're going to grab our cards back. Sorry, you guys. I forgot to turn my sound off, so you're hearing the ding-a-ling-a-ling. So let's grab these guys. So you guys got 9 of them. You either got 4 big and 5 small, or 5 big and 4 small. I don't remember exactly. I mean, everybody kind of alternated what you got. And so I'm just going to grab, here's a little guy that's just hanging out over here. So we're going to put him there, a big one there, and we're going to grab a small one. So I got 3 over on this one. And then this one, I've got 2 big ones. So we're going to do the big one there, there, and then a little guy. Okay, he's not supposed to be there. Ah! So if that ever happens, you just got to get the pick off here. There's a little stick that stuck. Stick that stuck. All right, and then on the last one, I got a big one down here. We're going to put that back right there, and a small one. So you should have 9 of these little rustic metallic dots, and then either whatever's left. If you got an extra big one, put it up here. If you got an extra small one, doesn't matter. You just use up what you have for your last one. And I'm going to put it right there. So like that one, I put it small. And so I got that small, and this one I put it large. So however you end up with your last one. But that's what I've got for you for these 3 cards. So let's pull them all in so you can see them. Let's get this guy put away. These were fun. I had fun with these, you guys. The layouts are very reproducible or duplicatable. Let's get these guys out of the way. So the rustic metallic dots are one of my favorite embellishments in the annual catalog. They are very versatile. And again, you guys, layouts are good on these. Thanks, Judy Immel. Thanks, Lori. I thought it was my phone. Haha, no, Judy, that's my sound going off. I got my Mario coin, you guys. All right, Penny Powell, I thought you'd be entertained by that. So that's what we got. So do you guys have a favorite? Do you have a favorite? I guess, I like this one. I think I love that apple. It makes me feel like I want to just take a bite out of it. If you want to, you could even have colored in your seeds a little bit more to make them a little bit darker. But yeah, you guys, this was a fun set. So again, it's called Apple Harvest. We used everything in here. So I think I like the red one the best. No, like the green, no, like love them all. Okay, she likes them all. Marshall, and all 3 cards are so pretty. Great, yay, yay, yay. That's what I like to hear. It's when people say that they're all great. That's awesome. Like that Golden Delicious was so much fun coloring that with crushed curry, and then the Daffodil Delight. It worked out really good. They're all so pretty. I love using the ribbon a different way. I've got my hair in here. I gotta pull that out. That's funny. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay, got that out of there. Like putting the bow. I loved that we used the ribbon in 3 different ways. We have 3 different fun layouts, 3 different stamps with all the different apples. So fun, fun, fun for the whole family. All right, so we did good, you guys. I guess my hair is all crazy. So let's do, I've got the soft seedlings class from last week, you guys. So there were 4 cards that we made. If you missed this class, just go back to my YouTube channel. You can easily find it in the video section there. We made 4 awesome cards. all featuring the Soft Seedlings stamp set. And I'll show the camera and then we're going to show you who the winners are. So let's see here. All right, so let's flip that down. So these were the 4 cards that we did last week. This one was a little bit of a fun fold, you guys. We did it twice. We did it for fun folds and we did it for this class, the Soft Seedlings. And then again, I do have kits left too, you guys. If you think you missed out, you didn't. I think I have 5 left, if I'm not mistaken. Soft Seedlings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 left of this class. So you could always still get this class for free. My current hi Karen Carstay. My current host code is here, but you can always find it on my website in case this one closes out and you need to get a host code. It's always on my website, cardsbycrispy.com. This class would be free with a minimum order, or you could pay for it, or the class we just did today, I still have 4 kits left. So for winners here, drum roll, you guys. This winner chicken dinner is Miss Patricia Saddle. Patricia won this beautiful card. I love the pool party mixed with that little net thing. All right, this other matching card, drum roll, please, goes to Randy Schultz. Randy, I don't know if you're still watching, but your name was drawn for this card. Yay, Randy. This one goes to Jean Terwilliger. Miss Jean Terwilliger, I have all 3 of your addresses. This is awesome. Winner chicken dinner of the fancy fun fold here. That looks like this. Goes to Elaine Rebeck. So congratulations to all 4 of you lucky ladies. Yay. So I have all your addresses, so I'll be able to get these out very soon. And then what we're going to do is pull in my class list. So I had 9 people who placed, you guys, this is my chicken scratch here of how I keep track of who's doing what. I know it looks like a lot of craziness, which it is. But as long as I don't lose this, life is good. So we're going to go to random. Oh, here you guys go. In case you're wondering about my host code, there's always that picture, which I'm going to be updating it. I got a brand new picture. You're going to like it. It's me wearing a yellow shirt in the hive, actually. And this is where you can always find my current host code. So you can see right now it matches. And all you have to do is click on the word here, and it takes you right into my online store with it actually being applied to your online cart. So we're going to go, oh, you're very welcome, Randy. We're going to go here to random number generator. Don't you love how on YouTube it lets you keep watching while you're doing other things in your phone? All right, so we're going to hit 9, and I'm going to click the word generate, and we're going to see who won. Number 1. Annette Rollin. Very good, Annette. Okay, number 1 is Annette Rollin. You are the lucky duck winner. Yay, Annette. So I will have a little door prize for you. Annette is local to me, so I will be seeing her soon, and I can give it to her then. So yay. Okay. So did we miss anything? I don't know. You guys tell me. Usually somebody tells me what I forget. But we had a nice crowd, you guys. About 50 people were watching consistently throughout the whole video, so that's awesome. As soon as I hit the end button, you guys, this one will be available for you to watch whenever it works. Just know that if you're watching it, like the replay, and you have questions, you know, throughout this live video, I was able to answer those questions because I could see the comments and hopefully help out with those answers. If you're watching the replay, just know that I don't always watch the replay like from start to finish, so I don't see everybody's comments. And this isn't where it's Facebook where you can tag me. So if you do have questions or need help with your class cards that you got the class for me, if you have any questions, you know, don't hesitate to send me an email, Facebook message me, or call me, text me. I like to help out as much as I can. So just know that if you're watching the replay that I might not see your question if you ask it. So always respond to me in a way that I can respond back. If you want to get signed up for any classes, reach out to me. The main thing is that you get your name on my list, right? As soon as you have your name on my list, that's pretty much meaning that you got I got you signed up for a class, and then we can always figure out the payment part or the placing an order part later in life, before the kits get mailed. As long as it's before the kits get mailed, that's how I work it. Yeah, I don't know. You guys, it's Monday. So the week is just beginning. So we've got a lot to do and a lot to get done, and looking forward to it. I'm so excited. You guys, last week we had 2 newbies join the team. Annette Rollin, actually, she joined the Annette who just won a prize. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up, Sherry. That's a good point. Don't forget to do the thumbs up to like the video, you guys, and share the video. That is awesome that you share. We're up to 1,100 subscribers now to my channel. So we've grown from like 870 up to 1,100. So we're going for 400 more by the 31st, you guys. So we had 2 newbies that joined, Annette Rollin and Mary Hartman. So congratulations to them. They just joined last Tuesday. So that sign up promotion is still going through the 31st. I have somebody else who's going to wait till tomorrow to sign up, and I'll announce her once she does. So that's exciting. So the team is growing. If you're not a demonstrator or discount shopper and you're looking for an awesome and amazing community of stampers to join, think about the Be Happy Stampers. We'd love to have you. It's a fun place to be. So give it a try. So that is through the 31st. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, just check my calendar of events, you guys. A lot of October is all set. You can always see the cover photos and close-ups and all the details when you go to my calendar of events. So, and what Sherry said again, don't forget that thumbs up, you guys. Like and subscribe. So, yay! All right. You will love being on Chris's team. Thanks, Deb. All right. Deb, you sent me a message last night about when we're going to have the sale-a-bration celebration. Day and time has not been set, but I'm working on that this afternoon. And so hopefully you'll see a little note on that. So, and I also got to show you guys a picture. I might as well show you a picture, right? My mama's got baby kitties on the farm. She's got 10 of them, you guys. And I had to go out and visit yesterday just to give them a little lovin'. I'm contemplating getting a new kitten to have here. It's been 4 years since my cat Summer has passed away, and we have been waiting for the right kitten. So Tyler and I are thinking about picking out 2 kittens. So you guys want to see a picture? I'm sure you do. So Deb, this is for you because I'm sharing this. I'm going to share it with everybody, but this is the cat that I'm looking at getting, and she's got little orange in her and little tigery. So and here she is sleeping on my lap last night. So we're thinking that we're going to call her Honey. Hi, Susan from sunny California. So we're thinking about calling her Honey, and short for Honey Bee. And she's going to be our mascot for the hive. She's not going to live in the hive, you guys. She's not going to be here. She's going to be my house cat inside. But we're going to call her Honey. And she is adorable. She's like this big right now. She was like 4 weeks old. So we're waiting until maybe the beginning of November to get her. And then she's going to have a brother. And her brother is got tiger in him too. So anyways, I thought I'd share that with you guys. So we'll see how that goes. Haven't fully committed yet, right? Did you get 2? Ours are getting their surprise surgeries, right? I know, right? So if we get a boy and a girl, they definitely need to be the taken care of. Like Judy Immel just had hers too done last week. Get 2, it's easy. Yes, exactly. We're gonna do 2 for companionship. Honey is perfect, right? Honey Bee. And I haven't told Tyler that. She's gonna be our team mascot, but I'm waiting until we have her here, and then I can say, oh, by the way, Honeybee is her real name, and that's what I'm gonna get a little tag for her that says Honeybee. So she's so sweet, like honey. Oh, she's adorable. So okay, so yeah, so haven't fully 100% committed, but I'm like 75% there because Tyler says to me, you know that you take responsibility and you gotta leave the hive, the area to go take care of them because I'm not gonna really have them in here in case people are allergic to cats, right? So I'm like, well, I'll take my computer and go and work in the house and I'll go give them love and attention. So yes, that is a sign. Yeah, she's a great lap cat already. The cats start purring. These little kittens, they start purring as soon as you pick them up. So the mama cat did really good. The funny thing was that Tyler had a talk with the mom. Her name is Bootsy. And Tyler had a talk with her about 6 months ago and said, you got Bootsy, can you make us some pretty cute babies? And the mother is just very amazing and very calm and loving. And so her babies are just like that. And so Bootsy came through for us. She had 5 amazing babies to choose from. So, yep, they're good. So, all right, headache time, keeping them calm. Oh, I know, Judy Immel. They will want to get into everything. And Tyler said to me, you know what? Before you bring kittens in here, you need to clean up your house. Like, and not like my house is bad, right? It's just things like they need to always get picked up. But like things just get left because I'm always in here and not in there. And so it's just more for them to get into, right? So Yep, Emma and Emmy and Ash are 6 months old tomorrow, and that's about when you get it done, at the 6 month mark. You betcha. Oh yeah, Mary Carls. Cats are easier than puppies. Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Puppies are like having children. Cats are like having a pet that you can leave for the day and not have to worry about coming home on your lunch hour and letting them out, right? So yes, definitely cats better than puppies for me. Bootsy, listen. Yes, Bootsy came through. So you guys, I'll see if here, I'll entertain you maybe with one more picture if I can find it really quick. So if you're not a cat lover, sorry about this. Or if you don't like cats, sorry about all the cats. But I got a picture here of, let's show you this one too. So this was a couple weeks ago, you guys. This was the Honey sleeping on me last, like 2 weeks ago. And there's her face. Okay, so that's Honey. Okay. There she is there. It's a little adorable. And then there she is. And then here's all 5 of them. So there they are. So the other one that we're thinking about getting is this one right here or that one right there. And either one of them match. Like here they have the same kind of brownish in them, and here they have the same tigering striping. So, but yeah, there are the 5 kittens. And my mom was just feeding them a bowl of milk. So they're all eating regular food now. So all right, so now you can see what is on the back of my mind for the near future, you guys. Thinking about bringing home a baby. I told Tyler last night, I'm like, dear, I want a baby. And he looked at me, I'm like, a fur baby, of course, right? So that's what we're up to, you guys. Little babies. So, all right. They play on the phone. Yes. Well, when I'm gone, they play on. Yes. Judy Immel has cats, and they pick up the phone and they try to make phone calls. So, oh yeah, they are so adorable, Susan. I definitely agree. Okay, you guys. Well, that's what I got for you. I hope you had a great class with me. I sure enjoyed these cards. It's always fun making them live with you. Do they all have boots? They do. They're all like little mini baby bootsies. They are. They have little white boots. So they are just like their mother. So. All right, you guys. Hi, Becky Roar. Nice to see you on here. All right, you guys. Lots of sunshine, love, and hugs to you. If you need anything, reach out. Otherwise, we'll see you live at